My name is Jess Bast. I am a senior, and I am also an office assistant here, and usually you'll see me out there handing out the flyers, but today my face is on the flyer, so it's a little bit of a change and a little bit weird. But I'm very happy to be here, and thank you all for coming out this morning. So when I first found out this year's theme was community and the company we keep, I immediately thought of the Truitt Center, of course. I spend most of my time here, even when I'm not working. It's a little bit sad, but I really do love this place. I love the environment, and I love the people, and I'm so thankful to have been part of the Truitt Center for the past 3 years, and it's such an amazing place to be. And my journey here began as a sophomore when I was an Interfaith Engagement Intern, and I can easily say that I've never felt more comfortable at Elon than when I'm here. And the Truitt Center has not only been my home, but it's been the place that has challenged me the most and has helped me to grow the most by far at Elon, and I'm so grateful for that. And my growth experience really began before my internship even started. All of the interns went on a retreat a week before classes started, and we did a lot of team building exercises, and we had some really deep conversations, even though I didn't really know these interns that well. I wasn't super comfortable sharing all these experiences with my peers, but that is what challenged me the most. And when Jan Fuller joined us on our retreat, she asked us to share our biggest accomplishment, something that we were most proud of in our lives. And all the other interns had these amazing stories. And when it came time for me to share my biggest accomplishment, I broke down in tears. I started crying because I didn't have my biggest life accomplishment yet. And I felt so discouraged. And I went to a high school that was very competitive, and people compared themselves to one another, and that's exactly what I did. I didn't really immerse myself in anything else other than academics. I was involved in about 4 honor societies, and my academic achievements were great, but they weren't anything that set me apart from everybody else. And luckily, when I was welcomed into the Truitt Center, I was challenged in ways that helped me to realize my full potential, my capabilities, my strengths, and my weaknesses, and also my true spiritual identity, which I wasn't really expecting when I came to the Truitt Center. And when I started my internship, I was immediately challenged. I was given the responsibility to plan events like Diwali and Holi and one of our mock weddings, and I wasn't sure exactly how those events were going to go. I wasn't sure if people were going to come, or if they would be successful, or if they would even enjoy the event. And luckily, all of the events were really successful, and they had great turnouts, and I got really great responses from people, which was such an amazing feeling. And I returned to the Truitt Center as an office assistant after coming back from being abroad in Copenhagen the fall of my junior year. And luckily, Jan Register, who just walked in, thank God, she gave me more responsibilities that really challenged me even more. She had me start setting up Numen Lumen every Thursday, which I'm lucky to still be doing now. And I'm also now the head student coordinator for the Turning 21 dinner. And being granted with these opportunities gave me the chance to prove to myself and to others that I could really do more than I ever thought possible. And although I've gained so much pride in being successful with these events, I think my greatest accomplishment is really finding my true spiritual identity. Throughout my junior and senior year of high school and my freshman year of college, I was just going through some of the worst times in my life, and I turned to my religion, that being Catholicism, to sort of keep me afloat. I desperately needed something that was constant and reliable in my life, and for me, that was my religion. I also never really contemplated if Catholicism was right for me. I just did what my mom told me to do, and I was confirmed in the 10th grade and didn't ask any questions. But once I really immersed myself in the diversity of the Truitt Center, I realized that my beliefs didn't really align with those of the Catholic Church, and I found myself agreeing with the beliefs of my Buddhist and Hindu and even Jewish peers, and I still couldn't find a set identity for myself in a religious context. And even with that uncertainty, I knew that no matter what my beliefs were, I would be respected at the Truitt Center, and I would be understood, which is something that I desperately needed during this time of internal and spiritual contemplation. And now, for the second time in my life, I told my mom, last night as I was reading the speech to her. I am no longer Catholic. I don't identify as Catholic. And in fact, I don't really identify with any major religion. Instead, I'm just me. I fit into my own little spiritual box that kind of encompasses my different beliefs. I believe that there is some sort of divine power out there. I believe that there's an afterlife. I believe that everything in nature should be valued, and I also believe that karma will probably come back to bite me in the butt someday. So that's just my little box, and that's fine with me. And these may seem like contradictory beliefs, but they're my beliefs, and I am confident in them, and I am confident sharing those with other people now. And I really don't think I would be able to do that without the support of the Truitt Center and the people that I've met over the past 3 years. And so some of you may be wondering, how is this my biggest life accomplishment? And my answer to that is that I am actually confident in what I believe in, and I can give a reason for what I believe in, and I can tell you what I do and do not value in my life. And some people go their entire lives without challenging themselves in this way. They don't really contemplate their beliefs. And fortunately, I've been able to do that. And unfortunately, some people don't have this freedom or the ability to do this. But with the help of the Truitt Center, I have been able to do that. I attribute it all to the Truitt Center, and I can't thank everyone enough. And with that said, I want to thank everyone who has shared their values and beliefs with me over the past few years. And I want to thank everyone who has directly and indirectly shown me that it is okay to be different and to think differently than everyone else, and to step outside of my comfort zone, because I wouldn't be where I am today without all of you. And I probably still wouldn't have an answer to Jan Fuller's question without the help of the Truitt Center. So now, Jan, 2 years later, I would finally like to answer your question of what my biggest life accomplishment is. And for me, it is just knowing who I am and being confident in that, and being confident in my values, and knowing that someday I could probably help someone else who's going through the same internal or spiritual conflicts that I went through for 2 years. And I have you and the entire Truitt Center community to thank for that. So thank you very much, and thank you all for listening to my little life story. Thank you.